west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach him up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a ball.
Clap it up. Salam Lord of Christ, Israel. This is Isupk, Atlanta, Wednesday night law class. And we're located at 3353 Glenwood Road in Decatur, Georgia. You know, and if you come by the school, if you could Google it, you know, to help with the algorithms for the school. And with that, we're going to get class started. You know, tonight's class is we can't live without God's laws. And we can't live without his laws. You know, he gave us these laws to protect us. You know, to keep us from sinning, to keep us from falling, to keep us from dying, from being unalive. You know, his laws was put in place for our benefit. You know. And one of the laws is like, if you think about it, one of the best laws is Leviticus 20 and 13. And we all know what that is. But for those of you that's new and don't know, you know, it's man shall not lay with mankind as he would a woman. You know, and how does a man lay with a woman? He has sex with her, you know. They have had to make babies for the pleasure, all that. You know, and a man's supposed to be with a woman's supposed to be with a man. And the reason for that is because, you know, when you have man on man, woman on woman, you know, that spreads diseases. You know, that's why you got AIDS, syphilis, HIV, what else? Gonorrhea. You get all types of STDs. You know, and the laws. You know, we can't live without that law. That's what a lot of us, majority of us, would be doing, even more so than it is today. You know, it's like we'd be burning in our lust, so to speak. You know, and to prevent you from being unalive by the Most High. You know, Leviticus 20:13 was that law was placed so you won't have to worry about catching no disease. You won't have to worry about getting AIDS and getting sick. None of that. And why would you? Don't you want to have a child? Don't you want to have grandkids? You know, so these laws, you know, they're protected because without these laws, we would go rapid. We would just run around amok. We would just be running amok. You know, lawless. Because we ain't gonna be following no laws. And that's why I'm glad these laws is in place. You know, and teaching our kids this. You know, the Isupk, you know, our kids are learning these law, statute, commandments. That's what they're there for. You know, and to break even the smallest commandment is not a good thing. You know, he told us not to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, not to cut our beards. You know, we're not supposed to be shaved, be bald headed. None of that. Because if you look at it, there's only, well, like four, I'll say there's only 4 people that run around with shaved, that were smooth skin, bald, no beard, no mustache. That's women, babies, rainbow connection cats. You know, let's see, women, babies, rainbow connection cats, and heathens and other races. They're the only ones who run around thinking it's cool to shave. But for Esau, I can understand why you need a razor. You really need a razor because, boy, let each might go without shaving. I understand now why they say they evolved from apes, that we came from apes. Because when they don't shave, their whole body gets hairy. Right. You know, and as they get older, they a lot of them have features like what's that old comedian George Burns? If you look at a picture of George Burns, he looked just like an ape. Now imagine if his whole body's hairy. They need to thank Gillette, Norelco, all of them for the razor. Slocky, anyone on a conference call? All right. Matter of fact, let me get Matthew 5:19. Right, because it's like these laws, without them, man, like, boy, we think we lost now, we'd really be lost. Just imagine if we didn't have these law, statute, commandments. And because of these law, statute, commandments, when he told us not to eat shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, a lot of us have like high blood pressure. A lot of us are allergic to shellfish, such as shrimp, crab, lobster, such as oysters. A lot of us is allergic to that. You get iodine poison, and that's what the Most High knows what he's doing. Hey, Trooper Halak. How about Shemi Al-Shai Brakatah? How you doing tonight? What's going on, warrior?
Man, a rough day in Babylon today, out of one. Shalom, though. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, sir.
I hear you. Hey, look, tomorrow's a whole nother day. This day is over with. Look, you a warrior. You endured today, though. You made it through. Sir.
The water.
I am the bar. Let's see. Hey, Halak, can you pick me up at Matthew 5:19?
Come, sir.
The water.
No sweat, out of one.
Well, yeah, thanks to these laws, because we'll be hard-headed.
Yeah.
And we can be very foolish. So without these law, statute, commandments, man, imagine how much more worse, how much more sinful and much more filthy and disgusting we would be. Because without these law, statute, commandments, we would definitely be running behind these heathens, trying to be like them. And they're very disgusting. They're very a filthy race of people, all of them. And to me, Esau is the worst. He's the worst.
Come.
Let me know when you get that.
Come, sir. I'm ready.
All right, Khan, go ahead. Hit that for me. Read that for me.
Come, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Stop right there.
Come.
Whosoever of Israel. Read that again.
Come, sir. Verse 19. Whosoever shall
stop right there. Whosoever. Issachar. Whosoever. Levi. whosoever, Gad, you know, the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, whosoever, Levi, Benjamin, the Haitians, Jamaicans, you know, the Trinidadians, whosoever. Who else? You got Haitians, the Jamaicans, Guyanians, you know, whosoever, Gad, so-called Native American Indians, Reuben, same thing, so-called Native American Indians, Manasseh,
right?
You know, 12 tribes of Israel, Zebulun, Simeon, the Dominican.
That's right.
Guatemala, the Panama, the Zebulun. You know, Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, Ishkar, Mexicans, right. Whosoever. That's why we got to come together. You know, these law, statute, commandments, we got to follow these.
Right.
Whosoever. Keep reading.
Comic-Con, sir. Whosoever shall therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach.
Go ahead.
And shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Whosoever of the 12 tribes of Israel, not the Edomites, not the Hamites, so-called Africans, Edomites, the oppressors, the caveman, not you Filipinos, Vietnamese, the Japanese, Chinese, and all the rest of you Neeses. You know, these law, statutes, and commandments is for the 12 tribes. The whosoever is for Israel, of the men, women, and children of Israel, whosoever. So therefore shall break the least of these commandments. You know? I mean, a least commandment, it's so easy to not eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster.
Yeah.
You know? To not smoke cigarettes, to not put anything in your body that's not supposed to be there.
Right.
In God's temple. You know? Without these laws, man, how can we live?
That's right.
You see, we're not living. Because if we was living, you know, the Most High wouldn't be punishing us. He wouldn't unalive us for breaking these laws. You know? So it's like he put these laws in here so that we may live.
Right.
He didn't put us in. He didn't give us these laws because he hates us. He didn't give us these laws because he wants to see us be destroyed and want to see us destroy each other. No, he put these laws here to help us because he loves us. Because he knows what's good for us and what's not good for us. What's not good for us is for a man to lay with a man, for a woman to lay with a woman. What's not good for us is to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Right.
What's not good for us is to eat pork. High blood pressure. We already suffer from high blood pressure. You know, you get iodine poison once again, like I said earlier, iodine poison. And you know, all the things that them shrimps, crab, and lobsters, you know, everything that they eat, you know, to clean the ocean. The garbage man of the ocean.
Right.
Right. That's why we know they look like roaches. Because a roach will eat anything. A roach is a very filthy, diseased insect, animal, whatever you want to call it. Same thing with shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know? You got cats out here talking about eating pigeons and all that. They'll chop up a pigeon and eat it. A pigeon is the same thing. A pigeon ain't nothing but a scavenger. A pigeon will eat anything. You throw it on the ground, a pigeon will eat it. Vultures will eat anything. That's why these laws are in place to keep us safe. He gave us what animals he wants us to eat and not eat. He gave us, the law, statute, commands of how he wants us to look and dress. Not shaving. Have your beard, have your lion's mane, your mustache, all that. It's put in place so that you know that you're a man, because you're supposed to look like a man. That's why a man has a deep voice, an aggressive voice. To talk like a man, walk like a man. A man is naturally aggressive. He's supposed to be. Ain't supposed to be all feminine, talking about get in touch with your feminine side. What feminine side?
That's right.
You a man and you come talking about you got a feminine side to me? No. Bye. See you. Peace. I don't even want you around me. I don't even want that spirit on me. I don't even want that spirit around me. Talking about a feminine side.
Right. Where that come from, Adawan?
You already know. The so-called oppressor.
Good night.
Only he would come up with something like that. A feminine side. What is that for a man to have a feminine side?
So like it, sir.
Go ahead.
Are people gonna get enough buying all these magazines that they see in the grocery store? With all these those type of headings and stuff. Reading those things.
Right.
Doing those things. As the more time goes on, the more things change, Adawan. The more things become more weird. The more right becomes wrong, and wrong becomes right. The more light becomes dark. The more dark becomes. Everything just keeps turning upside down as we go on. And you never wanna offend anyone. And things just keep changing. I don't want, but
right.
one thing about the ISUPK since 1969, we have not changed. We won't change. Even the Most High, His Word says, "I am a God. I have not changed."
Right. I'm the Lord. The Lord is a man of war. God is a man of war.
Right.
A man, not a woman. A man. Because when you look at Christ said, when you see me, you see the Father. And what's the description of Christ? Hair like wool. Very dark skin. Like brass burnt in the fire.
Right.
So, yeah. And Christ was an austere man. He's like, I ain't nobody to play with. I told you, I'm an austere man. And that's the way a man is supposed to be.
Damn right.
Put on that spirit of a man, and like you said, like these magazines and stuff, and you got a lot of cats out here, a lot of men, especially our brothers. Y'all think that it's cool to walk around, oh man, this will give me a good idea. You got videos with women, ain't nothing wrong with you women, look, braiding your man's hair or whatever. But when you start to cover his face, and start doing all this scraping eyebrows and what's that?
Salaki Adawan.
Go ahead. You know what I'm talking about, right?
These cats out here getting waxes, hair waxes. Right. Let me get your chest waxed and all of this crap.
Right. Like I can see if it starts to get ridiculous, okay, trim it down some, but y'all, all these bikini waxes and all this women covering your hair with these little girly what do you call them, bonnets and all that. The way a lot of y'all women do, how y'all doing your man, like y'all doing your man like real feminine. And ain't nobody saying it. Ain't nobody saying nothing but the ICPK under Commander General Yohana. You know? Right. You know, and I'm so glad he never dropped his sword. I'm so glad he kept this truth going. Most High in Christ for Commander General Yohana.
Okay.
You know? And matter of fact, speaking of which, you know, that's another thing, that interracial stuff and all that mixed, ain't no such thing as mixed. All that mixed and all that, you know, hey, look, you know, Nakashwa officer, Nakashwa, you know, that was an excellent class he brought out last night.
Okay.
You know, that was an excellent class. If he did not clear it up, right, give him a hand. You know, if that did not clear up, you know, the way he brought out the brotherhood and you know, the laws are like, no, there's no such thing as mix or inter, you know, we ain't supposed to be we're not supposed to have interracial marriages and all that. Hey, the water to that Adawan, the water to that brother, you know, hey, he brought it out nice and strong. You know, it should be cleared up by now. Mm-hmm. By now, the way after his class, it should be cleared up. No interracial marriages. That's another law. That's another, what is that? Deuteronomy 7:3? That's another law. You know?
That's right.
Now we got to abide by. And we already know why. We know why. We should not be marrying outside of our race, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because what did the Most High say? They will lead you from worshiping me and worshiping their gods. Next thing you know, you're going to be wearing more funny clothes and, you know, trying to talk like them, act like them.
Cam Newton hat.
Right. You know, and a lot of you brothers, y'all get with these cave women, y'all really get ridiculous with it. Because you try to talk with that nasally voice. Hey, dear. How you doing, babe? I hate that. Then you start walking like Edomites. Start dressing funny like them. Start being just weird like them. Esau's weird. And that's a lot of you brothers out here. Y'all get just as weird. Get with these Edomite women. Hey, look, you sisters too. You sisters too. The reason we get out of these brothers because, you know, we supposed to be the leaders. You know, we supposed to be the men with knowledge of these scriptures, knowledge that, you know, be able to lead you and guide you in the correct way, in a righteous way. But you women, yeah, that goes for you women too, though. You ain't exempt from this, you know. And, you know, and speaking of which, you know, as the Kashwan brought it out last night, you know, one of our problems is we always want to look to the heathen woman. Like, stop negating the brothers. Stop negating your father. You know? And speaking of which, you know, you ain't supposed to be getting no abortions. You know, I mean, I'll put it like this. Our people, you get mad at the father. What you get mad at the father for? Your father is the one that wanted you. Your father is the one who want to try to be with your mother. Now, let me ask you, a lot of you, will you ever wonder why a lot of you who don't have siblings, why you wonder why you ain't got no brothers or no sisters, or why you only got one brother and sister? You want to know why? Because your mother got mad at your daddy when it had an abortion. Your mother, after her abortion, got mad at your daddy. You wonder why your pops ain't around. You know? Because, you know, when a woman has an abortion, that starts messing with her mind. And as it starts messing with her mind, you know, she got to take it out on everybody else. You know, so she came to your daddy probably most likely like, You know, it's your fault I got pregnant in the first place. And she probably didn't even tell him that she was pregnant. So now he's gone, you know, and then he most likely tried to keep in touch with you. You know, she got the tripping. Probably ran off with another dude, taking that man's children with her. So yeah, you can't get mad at the father, you know, and you can't deny who your father is. You know, stop the if your mother's a heathen, stop negating your father. Do not negate your father. Your father's still your father.
Right.
Find out the reason. Get in touch with your father and find out what the deal is. And stop negating him. Sorry, halak. Look that word up. I looked it up earlier. I know what it is. Look up the word negate for me.
No sweat, Adawan.
You know, for edification for the class. You know, and it's a shame. You know, but yeah, not to get off track, but Khan, you know, the water to Nakashwan. You know, that was an excellent class. Everything should be cleared up by now.
Yeah. Make it plain, Adawan.
Right. Let me know when you get it.
Khan, sir. Negate, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, to deny the existence or truth of something.
Right. You denying the truth. You denying the existence of your own father.
Mm-hmm.
By going off with the on the side with the heathen mother's side.
Right.
You know? That's why I say Naomi Osaka, at least she acknowledged her father.
Like you, Adawan.
Go ahead.
And if I could, Adawan, if I'm not mistaken, I think she even got a you know, she just had a baby by a brother.
Oh, what? Oh, Most High Christ.
Most High Christ.
You know, that sister wouldn't have a baby with a brother. Okay. Okay. You know? You know, and the way her attitude was towards her father, when they kept talking about she Japanese and all this, you know, and she didn't deny her father, yeah. So Most High Christ, you know, she ain't gonna let her. She ain't gonna deny the father her baby. That's what's up, you know. But Khan, yeah, go ahead and read that Matthew 5:19 for me one more time.
Khan, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 19. And we begin. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. And shall teach men so. The Christian pastors, you know, what do they love to say? Laws are done away with.
Right.
That it's okay to eat shrimp, crab, and pork and lobster. That love is love. You can marry as long as you can marry whoever you want to, as long as that person loves you and you love that person. You know, there's somebody out there for somebody. You know, it doesn't matter they color, they race, they creed, whatever. You know, whatever. You know.
Come.
You know. Go ahead.
I don't want if I could, sir. They so dumb. They can't even respect the first day of the week.
You know. Right. Exactly. You ain't never lying about that. It's like, Slakia, anyone on a conference call? All right.
Slakia.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, how about Shimmy? I shot back the thought. Yeah, man, Paul checking in.
God, y'all about to show me how Shai Brother How's it going tonight, Warrior?
Everything's too up, by the one.
All right. Most High Christ. You got any comments, questions?
Nah, sir. You're trying to pick up what you putting down, out of one.
All right, Khan, no sweat. I got you down for attendance, huh?
Come on, come on.
I at the bar. Well, yeah, you know. And what else do they teach?
It's so much offness out of one.
I know. God, I feel you on that. I already know, yeah. They teach way too much. I'll put it like this. They teach anything that's against anything that the Most High gave us, they teach against it.
Yeah, Con.
Right. Anything that's according to the Bible, they teach against it. We'll just put it like that.
Right.
You know? Because, the Christians, that's what they do. They teach us to err, to deliberately break these laws.
That's right.
You got these so-called wannabe leaders, we make them leaders, these entertainers, these singers, rappers, actors and actresses, they always want to jump in the forefront of anything that goes on, like any protests and stuff. Because they try to make out, oh, we all got to come together, this, that, and the third. This ain't how this country is supposed to be, and, God this and God that. But, we got to come together,
Right.
This ain't how God wants it to be.
Right.
You're right. It's not how he wants it to be. He wants it to be where we separate, where we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how he wants it to be. Go ahead, Halak, you got something to say?
Con, sir. Salaki, if I could, sir, I was just gonna say, these things be, when something happened to our people, whether it be, be like injustice unaliving, and these so-called pastors and leaders, they come out against the cause as if it's a genuine protest. I just found out, I just heard the other day, that when you be seeing these marches against those type of causes, and you be seeing groups of people holding picket signs, that they actually be getting paid to come out there with the picket signs.
Oh, wow.
So if you want Al Sharpton to come out there and march against the cause, and create, cause up a bunch of ruckus, you pay him, and the more money you pay him, the more people he get to show up with the picket signs, and it's just all fake out of one, I yield.
Right, and that's what we've been saying to ISBK all along. Like, they won't come out unless they get paid. They got to get paid to come out. They're not doing it of their own accord. They're not doing it because they love their people. They're doing it for a bag.
That's right.
What do you call that? They media 304s. That's all they are. As long as the lights, camera, action, and they know they're about to get paid big money, oh yeah, they'll come out then.
Yeah.
They don't care about what happens to our people unless they know that they can benefit from it.
So like it, Adawan.
Go ahead.
If I could, sir. So all those instances, when people like Trayvon Martin got, that happened to him, Sandra Bland, and
right,
and they showed up. It was all for the bag, Adawan.
Right. They wasn't really caring about that young man or that young woman. They wasn't caring about that. Because you see what happened, there still wasn't no justice. What were they out there for? To say a few words, to try to comfort people, to try to comfort us, Nah, because you know there's gonna come a time where all that, like, nah, all that trying to send them out there to calm Israel down, to comfort Israel and all that, give them
Right.
comforting sweet words. It's gonna come time like more and more, and all that, nah, all that's gonna be done.
Salaki
Done.
Adawan.
Go ahead.
If I could, one more time, Adawan. And that ain't no difference than what Jay-Z just did, you know, with the NFL situation.
Right. You know, as commanding, Salakia, as 12 Field General Hyman said, hey, he single-handedly killed all that whole protest. Shut it down. You know? And you know what? And it's been so true. I seen a post on Facebook. A brother said San Francisco will not win another Super Bowl championship until they bring Colin Kaepernick back. You notice they've been to like what? 3 Super Bowls. Since the 2000s, they've been to like 3 Super Bowls and lost all 3. They haven't not won, not near a Super Bowl.
They probably cursed that one.
You know? For real. Hey, look. And I hope they don't. I hope next year. I hope they don't even make it to the Super Bowl next year. Go ahead. You know? But yeah, was that it on that?
La, sir. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Read that again.
Sir. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall.
Stop right there. Read that again.
But whosoever shall do.
Go ahead.
And teach them.
Stop right there. And whosoever do and teach them. ISUPK, Commanding General Yohana, General Hyman, General Hazian, General Mayak, Captain Zarya, Captain Katazar, Captain Tawar. You know, we got generals, we got captains. You know, we got officers of 5,000, officers of 1,000, officers of 50. And what do we do in the ISUPK?
Teach them.
We do what?
And teach them.
Yeah, right, and teach them. And who's the whosoever? Israel, the 12 tribes, but so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You know, that's who we teach. We teach our people. We teach our children. We teach our women.
Right.
That's who we teach. You know, we teaching them to do so. You got something? Go ahead.
So, young man Desmond checking in.
All right, y'all about to show me outside Brakatha. How you doing, young man Desmond? All right, Khan, I got you down. All right, I got you down for attendance. Hey, any questions, comments? All right, Khan. On mute. You know, and if you got any questions, comments, just say Salakia, and we'll get to you, brother. All right. But yeah, you know, read that again.
Sir. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. So shall be called great. You know, and these are great. The men above, they are great men because they taught us.
That's right.
You know, and they continue to teach. You know, they teach us to teach our people, to raise them up. You know, so as they teaching us, and we teaching our people, you got men and women coming in every day being taught. The men learning the scriptures, learning the precepts, becoming troopers and becoming officers, and in turn they teaching. Bringing their families in, bringing their friends in, bringing whoever.
Right.
This is what we're supposed to do. Gather ourselves together. Come together.
Mm-hmm.
These laws. They'll bring us to life. We'll live. You ain't got to worry about being unalive. You ain't got to worry about the Most High putting His hands on you. You ain't got to worry about your wife, your kids. They're gonna be all right.
Right. I don't want.
That's what, and we do the laws. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We do as the law tells us to do. That's that universal practical knowledge.
Right.
It's something in practice. We do this every day. And don't slack on it. I would love to see all the 12 tribes just coming to the school. Just fluctuate
right
into the school.
Right.
And follow these all statute commandments and bring, so Christ can return sooner than later.
Right.
Get up out of this slavery.
All concept.
But yeah, go ahead.
If I could, Adawan, I just imagining, all the different tribes, it would be, it would be such a sweet, be so much cooking, going on, and so much, brotherhood and sisterhood, just be a sweet savor, just
right,
man, it'd be beautiful,
It would. That would be very beautiful.
Let's give it up for the Passover.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's another one of our commandments. That's another one of our laws, to keep the Passover.
Right.
To keep that law, look, this is how these laws will save us, because we did the least thing He asked us to do was to get a lamb. And if your neighbor didn't have a lamb, or if they didn't have a lamb big enough, you would go to your neighbor and they will help you out. They'll look out for you. He asked us to do this least little thing, this least little obedient thing. Take the lamb, slaughter it. Put the blood around the doorpost, so I know, hey, look, when the angel of death comes, bam, we can skip over this, pass over it. This is the Israelite house. We're gonna just pass over this. That's why it's called the Passover. That's a law. That's a commandment He gave us, to keep that year in and year out, every year, year after year. Even unto this day in this slavery, we keep the Passover. And I'm quite sure that 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, through generation, don't think we was not still celebrating the Passover. We were still doing that. Even in the New Testament, what was Christ doing? This is how the old laws ain't done away with. Because if it was done away with, then Christ and the disciples wouldn't have been celebrating it. Now, would they, Christian? If the laws are done away, if the old laws are done away with, Christian.
Oh, Salaki Adawan.
Passover, hold your peace for a second. The Passover is in the Old Testament. It started in the Old Testament, Christian. So now, in the New Testament, Christ and the disciples, they celebrating the Passover. So how's the laws done away with? Go ahead, Halak.
Adawan, that if I could, sir, that picture that they paint, that famous painting of Christ in the middle, of it's supposed to be Christ, but we know it's not Christ.
Right.
But it's six six apostles on one side and six on the other side, and they at the table.
Right.
Does that supposed to be the Passover? Is that supposed to be a picture, the Last Supper, the picture of the Last Supper?
Con. That's con.
Okay.
Exactly.
Is that supposed to? Is that them keeping the Passover?
Con, that's supposed to be. With
Okay.
Caesar Borgias and his sister Lucretia in there. Yeah, con.
Okay. All right. Con, sir.
Con. That's supposed to be the Last Supper. That's supposed to be the Passover.
Okay. And that's in the New Testament.
Right. You know, the Last Supper. You know, that's where Christ busted out Judas. You know, that's where, you know, Judas betrayed Christ. Right. You know, they was keeping he kept the Passover. You know, there shall be no 304. There shall be no prostitutes or none of that in the you know, in Zion. You know, our women ain't supposed to be 304s. So what did Christ say about Mary? Mary, what was that? Mary Magdalene? You know, whoever was without sin cast the first stone.
Mm-hmm.
And after they left, what did he do? He checked her. Like, hey, go, sin no more.
Sin no more.
You know? Because, you know, hey, look, that's the law. You ain't supposed to be no 304. You ain't supposed to be selling your body for money.
Right.
Christ know that. So if those laws are done away with, then why would Christ tell her that?
Right.
You know? Come on now. And it saved her life. Just like following the Passover, that law, that commandment, it saved us. It saved us in Israel. I mean, Salaki, it saved us in Egypt. Why won't it save us now?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Salaki, Adawan. I have the precept for Christ and the Passover, if I may.
Khan, go ahead.
Well, Salaki, so I can give it to Halak, so it can be heard. It's Matthew 26:1, sir.
Khan. Halak. Matthew 26:1.
Con, sir.
Hey, Khan, some water for that. Who's that, young man Paul?
Con.
Yeah, I thought.
The water, young man.
The water.
Okay. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 1. And it came to pass when Yahushua had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, verse 2, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover.
Right, is the what?
Ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover.
Is the feast of the Passover. Read.
And the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified.
Right. Stop right there. And there it is.
It's a cut, a heavy cut right there.
And there it is. You know, in 2 days is the feast of the Passover. That's showing you right there. Christ kept the Passover.
Con.
And when you go in the Old Testament, in Exodus, what did he say? Keep the Passover. That's a law. That's a commandment that we keep the Passover, and which we do unto this day in the Isupk. Matter of fact, we got the Passover in Durham, North Carolina.
Right.
In April. The week of the 18th, right? Con. I believe the week of the 18th of the what was that? Con, yeah. You know? Hope to see you there, Israel. You know, all of Israel is invited. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians only. You know? I hope to see everyone there. I pray if you even if you're not in the school, I pray that you make it. Come out to the Passover. You know, this is our heritage. This is our culture. This is what we commanded to do. This is what we're supposed to do. You know, it saved us back there when we was in Egypt. It's saving us today. You know, and the more of us that come to school and participate, hey, look, that's a beautiful thing. As I said, I pray, boy, I hope that one day, you know, I would love to have an influx of Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians just come into ISUPK.
Right.
You know, because this is what we do. We practice these laws. We practice these law, statute, commandments. This is what we do. And this is what we try and teaching y'all to do, teaching you to do, Israel. But, you know, you got some of us want to keep being hard-headed, want to, you know, hit their head up against the stone. You know, they want to come up against ISUPK. You know, hey, look, I know we stopping y'all from being good slaves. Yeah. I know you want to be just like when before we left Egypt. You know, a lot of you brothers, you know, you getting mad. Hey, man, Moses, why you got to do what you doing? Man, they just took the straw away. We can't make good bricks. We can't be good slaves, you know. We trying to serve master right. You know.
Ooh, so
hey, look. Go ahead.
Out of wine, 2 things, if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
This is this precept in Matthew 26 and 1 and 2 that we just read.
Go ahead.
Can you imagine? Christ knew that this would be the last Passover that he would be able to keep with his brothers.
Right.
You know, this would be the last time I'm gonna be, you know, be able to break bread with y'all, you know, and kick it with y'all and celebrate with y'all, because they about to unalive me, you know.
Right.
Let's do it up, you know. Let's do it up, you know. And,
right.
You know, then you know, what happened. And man, that's heavy when you really think about that. That's heavy, you know. That's heavy right there. And second, when you brought up Moses, right? Because I was thinking not too long ago, you know, people say, you know, they call the brothers that work in the house, they used to call them the house nigga.
Right.
So when we read in the Old Testament, it said that Moses came up in Pharaoh's house. But we know that Moses wasn't no house nigga, right? Even though he came.
Hold on. Just say capital N. You know, we don't want to get flagged.
Oh, Salakia. I didn't know we was on TikTok tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Salakia. What do I say in place of that?
So you can say capital N.
Capital E.
Right.
Okay, but okay, we know that Moses wasn't that, right? Even though he came up in the crib.
Right.
So I say, so am I right when I say this? I say, well, what makes a man a house capital N is when they start thinking that they are part of the family.
Right.
Okay.
You know, when you don't want to do for your people and, you know, you want to go run and, you know, whatever plans we had to escape, you know, you want to go run and tell Massa.
Right. Con.
You know,
right.
You know, everything that's going on, you got to go and run the smallest thing.
Yeah, con, sir.
You know, you want to go run and tell.
Right.
You know, hey, you know, the brother hungry and thirsty, working out in the field.
Yeah.
You want to go tell Master, you know, he stopped to drink, you know, have a drink. You know, he had something in his pocket. He stuffed it in his mouth.
You so right. I don't want that. You so right. You breaking it down. That's it right there.
You know, oh, they plan on escaping.
Yep.
them capital N's, they plan on escaping. They said they was coming up to the big house and they was gonna unalive everyone, and just be prepared, master. But not me, master. I was a good capital N, master.
Right.
I ain't no bad capital N like them capital N's right there. I was a different master. But yeah, you know how that go. And that's another reason why I'm bringing up the Passover, because I know we got Passover coming up. And the Passover, it'll save us. That's what it says. That's why the name of the class is what? God's laws. We can't live without God's laws.
Concert.
Because his laws, they do save us. And if you follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, hey, look, you ain't gonna, unless it's your time, everyone has that appointed time, bro. When that angel of death is coming for you. Hey, look, we all gotta go.
Yeah.
But it won't be so bad, we all get old. We all get up there in age. And there's gonna come a time like, hey, it's time to go. But in the meantime, in between time, when I say those, the Most High, he ain't gonna just take you out. He ain't gonna just come and just take you out for breaking his laws. I put it like that. It ain't gonna just come immediately. Like, he just ain't gonna be like, hey, you know what? Take that brother out. How we gonna take him out? But yeah, the Most High, he'll save you. We can't live without these laws, because these laws are saving us.
Yeah, that's right.
Any more on that, Halak?
La, sir. I think that was.
All right, Khan. Oh, that's right, because we was on. Yeah, give me back to Matthew 5:19, Salakia.
Come on, sir. Come. Okay, we just finished that. Whosoever shall teach and do them shall be called great in the kingdom.
Right. But Khan, hey, these laws is, they for our benefit. I mean, because you look at it. Look at the position that we're in right now. Look at the state of Israel on the reservations, the barrios, and the ghettos. Look at our state. Look at every day how we're living, how we're struggling. How we're being unalived out here in these streets.
Right.
As compared to when you in this school and you following them law, statute, commandments. Hey, it takes away a lot of that struggle. A lot of that, a lot of that unaliving, a lot of that, how you say, you ain't gonna be hungry too much. You ain't gonna be starving. These laws, they saving us.
Yeah. They sure is.
Hey, look, you should love to do this. You should love to want to come in here and do this work. You should want to work for the Lord. Let me tell you something. The Lord, of all the jobs on this planet Earth, of all the jobs, this is the greatest job to have. Because you know why? Because we got the best. We got the best. How you say, retirement plan. The best benefit package.
Concert.
And we know what that is. When Christ returns, we get in our own kingdom. We gotta have crowns. We gotta have the whole earth to run.
Right.
Right. Mansions and castles. See, I'll put it like this. These cats, you rich cats running around talking about your mansions and all that. Your mansion to me, when in the kingdom, your mansion to me is gonna be my little cottage, my little vacation cottage. Because I want a castle. I plan on having a castle. And your little tiny little mansion, to me, that's gonna be a vacation cottage.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know, you talking about you got I got 50 bathrooms and 100 rooms in my mansion and this, that, and the third. You know, what's that MTV
Cribs,
yeah. You know?
Lock you if I may.
Go ahead. Oh, this sounds like the mighty Isariala.
Yeah, how about Shimna Shabrakatah?
Yeah, how about Shimna Shabrakatah?
How about Shimna Shabrakatah?
Most time Christ. In a real heavy class, dropping in if I could, right? Just recently, the fourth Baron of the House of Rothschild just passed away at 87 years old.
Most high Christ.
Price selling on, he's probably sitting on what, 500 billion, trillion, who knows? And he's the fourth highest rank, or probably the second highest or third highest ranking man in England, but he secretly controls the government, man, because he got the, he controls the pockets.
Right.
All that. And they had a behind a picture. All he did was do a picture behind a picture. So he was standing in front of a photo of what they call Satan. You know what I mean? He's calling their allegiance. They said this guy was one what was high up in that evil world. You know what I mean? So the thanks for this truth, man. We bringing out this truth. You know what I mean? And brothers and sisters coming to this world, man. We rid ourselves of the evil. You know what I mean? Thanks to Commander General Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So knock you.
Right. Most high Christ for Commander General Hunter. Give him a hand.
Come concert.
You know? Right. Hey, the water for that Asariala, that's real heavy.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, exactly. Another one bites the dust. You know? Hey, because you look at it, and I'm glad you brought that out, because you look at these cats out here really think they doing something. They really think that they making money. You because you Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian man, because you get a few million because Esau, and the rest of these heathens, these Khazarians, these fake Jews, running these studios and Hollywood and all that. You think because they give you a few $1 million that you really doing something, that you got something. And these cats is out here billionaires. They got billions, not millions, billions. As Isariala brought out, this man got billions, bruh.
Right.
And you really think you doing something. And for those of you who think that, that little crumb that you got, as Azariella brought out, that's all it is a crumb. They give you $50 million. All right, say you make $50 million in 1 year. That's like $50 to them.
Dust.
Right. You think they worried about that? Just like Christ gave that little heathen woman a little crumb, and healed her daughter, told her, your daughter's healed, be on your way. Yeah. Even the dogs look at the crumbs of the children, when it falls off the table. The same thing. Same thing. That's y'all crumbs. They give y'all little crumbs that fell off the table. They give you little crumbs, because you can catch a ball and, you can run 100 yards for a touchdown, 50 yards, without being touched, because you can dunk and, and hit the three-pointer at the buzzer to win the championship, because they give you a little extra little bonus. You might get a little extra bonus for that, you know. But at the end of the day, you got crumbs. That's all you getting is crumbs. It's crumbs to them.
That's right.
You making millions, and you wanna dog your people out. You want this, that, and the third. But guess how they treating you? They treat you like dogs, like animals. You know, giving you little crumbs because you think that you got a little something. You know, you breaking the law of brotherhood. No, you breaking the law of sisterhood.
I don't want.
Go ahead.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
Basically, like and at the end of the day, like you said, they still they still look at us like nothing, man. Like Mayweather getting it. I guarantee you, Floyd Mayweather have you called nigga all the time, and then it's like what's the saying? Can I bring out a precept?
Go ahead.
So what good is it to gain the world but lose your soul? So you basically, I can expound, basically like saying like, shoot, you doing all that, you running around, you flexing on your people and all that, but you lost your soul. You a stripper on the pole for some money, or you're a drug dealer hurting your people. Like, what good is it to gain the world but you lose your soul? You know, or you married to a oppressor, and you got a little nephew named JJ in the hood who's starving, but you think you're doing something because you got a big house in the hills with your oppressor, but you got a little starving auntie and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that hurt inside. It got to hurt inside. So what good is it to gain the world but lose your soul?
Right, exactly. Excellent. Excellent point, brother. You know, you doing all that, lose your soul. And I know a lot of you, I know y'all heard of ISUPK. I know you know we stand for what we're about. But you think because the little crumbs that you got in this kingdom, that it's okay. I got mine. I got mine right now. I'm not gonna do all that what y'all doing. I'm not gonna, man. I can't lose. I can't leave my mind. I'm not gonna have to lose and go back to being poor and then living in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, look. Better lose your fortune than to lose your soul. And I'd rather lose my fortune than to lose my soul. I'm glad to be here. I want to be here because I know the benefits, you know, of being in here, of following these law, statutes, and commandments, a teaching class. You know, all the work that we put in, it's well worth it.
That's right, Elder.
You know, it's very well worth it. It ain't an easy task, but it's worth it. But nothing is ever easy. Nothing is supposed to be easy.
That's worth having.
You know, that's what exactly. That's worth having. You know, and putting in this work is very well worth it.
That's right.
Because I want my full benefits when I retire.
Damn right.
You know, look, I'm storing up all of my little retirement benefits. I want to, hey, look, how they say, store up treasures in heaven.
Yeah.
You know, then treasures on earth. Yeah. Let me put in all my, just like you put in money in that 401k and that retirement plans at work. Yeah, same thing. What we doing up in here.
Everlasting.
Right, everlasting, from generation to generation. You know, because when I'm gone, you know, hey, look, I know when we in the kingdom, my children and my grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren, down the generation, I know they're going to be straight. You know, I'm doing this and building up for them so that they can be straight. They ain't got to kill themselves, so they ain't got to be working hard. They still going to put in some work, but, you know,
Come.
you know, it'll be easier for them.
Salaki, if I could, Alwan.
Go ahead.
The house of Mawasa.
Khan. Khan. I want the house of Marsar to be straight, to be have a strong foundation.
Damn right.
You know, because when I come back, hey, look, I ain't trying to struggle.
Hey,
when I come back, I don't want to be, you know, what happened.
I'm telling you, come on, sir.
You know, hey, I want to make sure, you know, when we get in the kingdom, you know, I want to make sure, hey, I want my children's children to learn this truth, to learn, you know, the Bible, the law, don't break nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
One jot, one tittle.
Right. Exactly. All right, let's get back to these scriptures. Drop that and pick me up at Baruch 4:1 in the Apocrypha.
Come on, sir.
You know, and see, that's man. Y'all, hey, look, if you ain't never been to Passover, come to Passover. Passover is so glorious. And when you see it for the first time, you know how glorious and royal and, you know, very royalty looking Israel is. Just imagine when we get into the kingdom. I'm telling you, man, just imagine how much more glorious the Passover will be. Man. Because, man, oh my God. Going to the Passover, oh my God. I see so many beautiful royal garments, priestly wear, war apparel, you know, that war gear, boy, that war gear be looking, oh my God. It's amazing.
Okay.
You know, the sisters, you know, they got their dresses and their, you know, their head wraps, you know, their jewelry and all that. Oh my God.
Yes.
You talking about seeing some beautiful women? Our best. The women in Israel are the most beautiful women. And the way, you know, the way they be hooking up their dresses and their hair, their jewelry and all that, man, matching shoes, all that. Just imagine when we get into the kingdom.
Come.
Hey, look, I want my wives to come to Passover in the kingdom. I'm gonna get them some gold and some platinum, silver slippers, all that. Their shoes gonna be like rubies and diamonds.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
see if I can get that done for them. Do it up for them like that.
Damn right. Hey, ain't no
You
wrong.
know. You know, and sister, because the Passover is coming up, you know, it'll be here soon.
That's right.
You know, Lord willing, you know, hey, I'm trying to get it up, get that money up. Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready to see my brothers and sisters, man. You know, and he gave us this commandment. He told us, you know, to keep this. Keep the Passover. And the Passover, then you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you know, which is another commandment, you know, because when we left Egypt, you know, we didn't have time to put leavening in the bread and, you know, we ate it with honey and all that, you know, with the lamb and stuff. You know, we had to eat it in haste. You know, we had to wear our swords and all that, you know, in case the heathens try to come in, the Egyptians or whoever try to bust in on us. You know, we'll be able to defend ourselves. You know? Oh, yeah, that's another thing, man. I've been seeing brothers with some nice swords and stuff. You know, with they, you know, rocking it with their garments.
I gotta give me a few out of one.
Khan, I hear you, brother. You know, I got me a couple of them. I'm only gonna wear one this year though. I ain't doing nothing spectacular. But yeah, you got that for me?
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the what?
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Right. This right here. This Bible, this Holy Bible. Holy means separate, a separate book. You know, sacred unto Israel. This is our book. This is our law, statute, commandments. You know, this is our history. This book right here, it saves Israel. This book right here, yeah. This is what we need right here. That, you know, hey, look, that's all we need. We need that Bible, study it, follow the law, statutes, commandments, the Most High Christ. We got the greatest power upon this earth. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know? And when we come together and we follow these law, statutes, commandments, and the Most High got our backs, when God have our backs, boy, we are unstoppable.
That's right.
You see how we was doing when we left Egypt, all them lands we was conquering. You know, Jericho, the land of Canaan, who else? The Ammonites and the Amorites, the Chinese, the Africans, all them.
Right.
We were just going through, just conquering, just destroying them, just going through them, like, give us this land. Like, this is our land, homie.
Okay.
You know? But that's the power of the Most High. When we come together as a people and we do as he tells us to do, you know, and he didn't ask us to do much. He said, hey, look, you know, and we obeyed him. Slocky, right. Someone got something to say on a conference call?
Slocky, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
I came in class kind of late, but I'm just hearing you talk, and I was wondering if I could bring out a precept, but you probably already brought it out. But I don't want to spoil it if you already going there. So
go ahead.
You want me to? It's in Matthew. It's Matthew. Matthew. Can I start at 1 Matthew 4 verse 1? 4.
Go ahead.
No, Then Yahushua led up the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry. And when the tempter came unto him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the word of the Most High. And I was gonna say, is that can we use that precept for the title of the class?
As far as what?
The title of the class is I can't live without let me look at it again.
Oh, we can't live without God's laws.
We can't live without God's laws.
Right.
You want me to? Can I run it back?
Go ahead.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the mouth of God. Can I break it down? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. I'm sorry.
Right. No, you're not an officer. When you become an officer, then you can do it. All right. No sweat. I see what you're saying, though. Yeah, that is true. No, we can't live without we can't live, just off of bread alone, Like, we need this living water. We need this food. This that spiritual food. And you're right. We can't live without we can't just live by bread alone. This is that living water that gives us life. This is that living bread This is that bread that we need, you know, that spiritual bread, that spiritual food. You know, this is how we survive. Go ahead.
The water, a real heavy point you're bringing out. You know, when I came in as a young man, before I got my name and everything, men above us always remind us, you know, as young men and troopers, it is protocol that we cannot teach.
Right.
Break down and I know we hungry, our spirit, we got the zeal, man. You want to do it, but you gotta, you know, fight your spirit. It's spiritual, man. All of us want to do it.
Right.
I have to control myself too. But you know what I mean? That's you come in on in black, get your name, become a trooper. You know what I mean? Lord willing, get your officer test. Oh man, you get your own office and you get to teach. So you know you're tempted to talk to your family members. You know, direct them in the best you can without breaking down the scriptures. So I can.
Right. You know, because I know we was all that way at one time. Because I know I surely was like, man, like, cause I was so excited when I came in, like, because you know ISUPK, they're the only ones who break these scriptures down the way they're supposed to be. You know, not only that, but when you look at the men and the men in ISUPK, you know, they actually do the laws and follow the laws,
Right.
not just teach. You know, and I can understand the zeal, you know, wanting to teach and wanting to break it down. And, you know, hey, I know exactly where you come from, Azariala. You know, hey, look, you know, keep with the, you know, the school protocol. But yeah, hey, Azariala, anything else you want to expound on that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not picking anyone out individually, but it's for all of us. We got to remind ourselves, you know what I mean? It ain't, but you know what I'm saying? Because we all got that hunger. That's a beautiful thing in the Lord's sight, brother. We got this. You want to break it down, man. Everybody want to run a race. Everybody trying to break down. You want to break it down. That's beautiful in the Lord's sight. I say, keep coming to class, doing your thing, sharpen your sword. Before you know it, man, you're gonna be chopping out trees with one swing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Spiritually, for life.
Right. Right. Anything else you want to say about the man can't live with you know, just on bread alone? You got anything to add to that scripture, sir?
Oh, if I could, you know, you breaking it down, you know, excellent class, if I may, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta love our brothers, man. You know, we gotta love our sisters.
Right.
Right. We never seen the Lord, but we see our family, our people every day. You know what I'm saying? So we just walk this in spirit and in truth, as the men above us has taught us. So
right. God. You know, and you know the men above us, hey, look, they teach us very well. Very well.
Damn right.
You know. And you know, hey, look, I love when the men above us, when they teach or when they speaking and stuff, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Because you know, hey, they got the wisdom, they got the knowledge, you know, anything you don't know, they know. And if they don't know, they'll go to a man above them and then come back and break it down to you. You know, that's a very beautiful thing. You know, and they make it to the point where, you know, that you can just understand it, like, hold on, oh, okay, I got you. Now I understand. Yeah. You know, it's very understandable. By the time the men above us get done breaking down a scripture, man, it's like, okay, I got to know. That's what that means. I understand now. You know, it's like that light bulb in your head goes off. You know how in the cartoon they got the, you know, when they get the idea and the light bulb pops up over their heads.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, yeah, that's what that's like ding, like boom, like, you know, somebody just flicked that switch. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Come.
But yeah, young men and troopers, for you young men become troopers. Troopers, become officers. When you start teaching, man, hey, look, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to teach. Knowing that you're doing the work of the Lord, breaking down the scriptures for our people to understand, to wake them up.
Yeah.
You're helping to wake our people up. That's a beautiful thing. But yeah, anybody else got any? Go ahead.
But everything can wild besides far as me saying that.
Con. Yeah.
Did I ask correctly about because I'm trying to learn to do the right thing. I want to do it right. I don't want to do it wrong. So far as when I was asking about the precept for the title of the class, did I ask correctly?
Con.
Like,
You 12 out.
Come.
All right. Anything else? You good? Young man Desmond.
Sir.
Oh, you good? Anything else?
Nah, sir.
All right. Hey, appreciate that, Out.
Man, we family. We all blood family. Out of one, and I love being able to be here. I ain't going nowhere. Been around for a minute, but I ain't been coming to class like I'm supposed to. But I'm gonna put in the work like I'm supposed to. You know what I mean? And get it the righteous way. I don't want it the wrong way.
There you go. I hear you. Hey, get that brother a hand. Hey, no sweat. Hey, look, as long as you calling in, checking in, hey, it's all good. I can understand. Brothers can't always make it to class. To physically, you can't always make it physically to class. But yeah, keep calling in, checking in online. However you do, brother. Just make your presence known. Hey, But yeah, getting back to these scriptures, where was we at? We was at Baruch 4:1, right?
Come, sir. Come. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High. And the law, come.
Right, this is the book of the commandments of God.
Mm-hmm.
These are his commandments that he gave to us.
Right.
His laws of what he does and what he doesn't want us to do. It keeps us from being in trouble.
Yeah.
We can't live without these laws, man, because you see how not following these laws got us in trouble. You see how not following these laws, it gave us hardship, gave us hard times. And we got to keep fighting to get back to our kingdom. To get our kingdom, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep striving. We can't let go of these law, statute, commandments, man. Go ahead, read.
Come, sir. All they that keep it shall come to life.
Right. All those that keep it shall come to life. We shall live. If you was down and out, the Most High will raise you up. Just like he raised up Adam off the dust of the ground. Not literally dust, just in a low state. Picked them up, showed them, and in turn, Adam, hey, he started teaching his sons. His sons started teaching his sons. So on and so forth. Even up until today, learn these law, statute, commandments, following them. We living, we striving, we fighting. We fighting to get into our kingdom. We fighting for Christ to return. So we can get up out of here. And this is a beautiful thing, man. It's beautiful being up in the ISUPK. Learning these law, statutes, commandments, following, knowing that Christ will return. knowing that when Christ returns, hey, look, all this is gonna be gone. He's gonna destroy our enemies for us. It's a beautiful thing, knowing that in the future we're gonna be in our own kingdom. We're gonna have slaves. That's a beautiful thing. That know that all these other nations gotta bow to us. They gotta come to us. We can decide if we want them to have a loan or not, where they can live and where they can't live. We're gonna be the ones taking 2 week vacations with our families, being able to spend time with our families. We're gonna be the ones living in the castles being the billionaires. All that. We're gonna be the ones having the best of the best. And why should we not have the best of the best? We're the best of the nation on this planet. Israel is the best of the best.
That's
right. Really, all these others ain't nothing best about them.
They were Comic-Con.
And really, truthfully, if you look at it, Esau is actually the lowest, because what did Esau have to do to keep up with other races? He has to take steroids. When it comes to running, when it comes to being athletic, he has to take steroids. And in order to learn to fight, Esau has to work twice as hard as any other race. Especially Israel, especially compared to Israel. You really, really got to work extra hard and pop them steroids, inject them out however you want to take them, or however they take them steroids. Hey, look. And when it comes to brains, hey, look. They ain't smart like they think they are. Like everybody think they are. They ain't no brainiacs like we are. Because you look at a majority of the inventions, where they come from, they came from us.
That's right.
And like we always say, to Isupk, they watched us during slavery, during physical slavery. They watched us how we worked and how we made our jobs easier, what we would do to make our jobs easier. And anything that we had to do. So when you follow these law, statute, commandments, hey, look, ain't nothing that we can't do. Ain't nothing that the Most High won't do for us. It'll make us live. Raise us up, wake our spirits up. See where we doing wrong. Like, hold on, this ain't right. Because when you stop eating pork, don't you not feel better? When you quit smoking cigarettes, you don't get cancer. Mm-hmm. He told us he don't want us to put nothing in our bodies to destroy his temple. Your body is his temple. Your body belongs to him. Look how much more better you can breathe when you don't smoke. How good your body feels. Less germs. You got all the bad germs and stuff out you when you don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. You don't get iodine poison. You ain't about to die because you're allergic to shellfish.
Right.
That's why a lot of us is allergic to it anyway, because we ain't supposed to be eating it. He don't want us having that. That's why, ain't nothing wrong with seasoning, ain't nothing wrong with the salt and stuff. It's that meat, it's that pork that you eat. You running around talking about you got to do this and that and third, the pork. Nah, brother. You ain't supposed to eat pork, period. Because as we mentioned before, when you cook pork, all them germs and them what do you call them? Like
toxins.
Right. Everything that's in pork, because you got the little the toxins, you got the little micro insects living in the pork, in the meat.
Right.
As we mentioned before, it's like when you heat that pork up, when you heat that meat up, you know, the more the heat goes into that meat, the deeper they bury themselves to get away from the heat. So you're not killing nothing when you cook pork. You ain't killing none of them. You ain't killing none of that. And you can't even poison if a pig and a hog has so much toxins in it. You can't even poison it. They say you can't even poison a pig or a hog. Now, why would you want to eat something like that anyway if you can't poison it? Huh. You know, I mean, come on, man. That's why you ain't supposed to eat no snakes. That's why there's no snakes, no lizards. You know, because they poison too. They got poisons in them. Why would you want to eat anything that has a poison in it anyway?
Salak it.
Go ahead.
I don't want, since I've been in the truth, keeping the law, statutes, commandments. When I be seeing sisters, you know, sisters eat pork, it's such a turnoff now.
Right, it is. Like when they say, "Oh, yeah, I like bacon and all that." And speaking of which, I'm glad you brought that up because you look at it, you know, when they go out them little seafood diets and stuff, they think, you know, that they eating healthy because they'll get a like a shrimp salad or a salad, you know, that got lobster and all that in it.
Yeah.
You know, but the salad is good. It's good for you. But what you put in it ain't good for you. You know? Then you got people talking about, oh, I'm not a law breaker, but whose laws? You're not a law breaker, but whose laws are you fighting not to break? You fighting to not break man's laws more than God's laws. So you mean tell me a man is more important than God? Their laws is more important than God's laws? Their laws out here, you know, unaliving us. You know, because the way they got their laws, like, you know, that they can go around their laws. Now, you can't go around God's laws. Someone on the conference call got something to say? Any comment? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's how we know we the children of Israel, and we in the land of our oppressors, and they the same ones that's in the Bible, because it's like they got us on everything that'll break the laws of the Most High. Celebrate, like they talk about the Christmas tree in there, the pig, all the wrong foods, and it's just so in the clear who we are. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't nobody else on this earth who can fit them scriptures like us. And Esau, he fit his shoes in that thing too. He definitely fit his shoes. He definitely everything the Most High said is.
Right. Exactly. Come on, man. I mean, who else? It's like, who else but Esau does what he does in wickedness? Who else but Esau will tell you that it's okay to sleep with another man?
Yeah.
To run around wearing dresses. Who else?
Damn.
Or Esau will tell you, no, pork the other white meat. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like you just, boy. Who else will make themselves out to be like they the hero and you the villain?
Oh, God.
Boy. You know, you got to watch Esau. You know, you really do. You know, and I'll never forget Captain Mashak. He once said years ago that as long as you know that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, you can never make a wrong decision.
Right.
You know, I'll never forget that. And you won't. You long as you know that he's the devil, you won't make no wrong decision. Knowing that he's the devil, and you follow these laws, statute, commandments, and know who your enemy is, you cannot make no wrong decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and too many of us are making wrong decisions by marrying them, going camping, and hunting with them. Why would you want to go hunting and camping with this man? Ain't no way in the hell. Because you ain't gonna, hey, look, you might not make it back.
You're right, Adawan.
You know, you might not make it back because it's so easy for him to unalive you. You go hunting with him, talking about going deer hunting with the enemy. Talking about it was a hunting accident. And then you and another brother could be out hunting. You know, you might have a group of Edomites out there hunting too and shoot you and say it was a hunting accident. You know, you would swear up and you would think that we would know better by now. Right. Everything that happens to these brothers going out marrying these Edomites, men and women, both the same. You know, what happens is always something jacked up happening to our people. Going against the Most High's laws. You know, that's why we cannot live without these laws. You know, these laws preventing you from doing so, going out there being foolish. You know, you marrying these heathens. Next thing you know, they having your children, they get half of what you worked hard for. You know, any more on that? Go ahead and read.
Khan, sir. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever.
Right, the law that endureth forever. Look how long this Bible been around. You know, you look at Genesis, from Genesis, yeah, and look what year it is. 2024. You know, that's a long time. That's centuries. This book of this law, this Bible has been around for centuries. Passed down from generation to generation. You know, the only thing is that when we came into slavery, you know, we lost our Bible, we lost our culture, our language, all that. You know, they took this Bible and made it into a religious book. You know, they took this Bible and told us lies. You know, they took this Bible and used it against us. Even unto this day, we still believe in God loves everybody. We still running behind these filthy Christian pastors. You know, these filthy Christian pastors running behind Esau, wanting to be like Esau. Prosperity. You know, these what they call prosperity preachers and all that. You know, we got to cut that out. And it's good to see that less and less of our people are going to these Christian churches. You know, it's like we leaving them Christian churches alone. You know, because that's one of the main problems with our people. And listening to these filthy Christian pastors. You know, and then you allow the enemy in. When you allow the enemy in, this is why we have to stay separate. Look at Dylan Ruth. Dylan Ruth went up into that black church. You know, they inviting him in, all because you want to break God's law. We ain't supposed, man, look. Them brothers and sisters should not have been unalive. That's why you cannot just walk through these doors without getting checked. And then, if you're a heathen trying to come through these doors, you better be a reporter. You better be part of the press, wanting to do an interview or something. And then you and all your equipment getting checked. You know, we find out, we see that you a heathen, and you try to come up in here like, oh no, that's a no. You just ain't gonna come up in here. You know?
Right.
Like, you know, we supposed to remain separate. Separate yourselves. You know? Yeah, I got oppressors at my job that I deal with. That's at the job. That's at the job and at the job only. Off the slavery, nah, we ain't hanging out. No, we ain't going to have a couple of drinks.
Right.
You know? No, man, I got things I got to do.
Right.
You know? The way my life is set up right now, like, no. And even if I could, I still wouldn't. You know, why should I? Why would I want to? Knowing how your people is doing my people, and then you're going to be judged as a whole. And not only that, when Christ returns, we don't even be caught with them. You know, we should not even be caught with them. We should not be caught being married to them, which is the law, Deuteronomy 7:3. We should not be trying to hang and be buddy with them. And all because of Christianity. Read some more of that for me, Halak.
Khan, sir. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Right. All that shall leave it shall die. When you leave this truth, when you stop following these laws, statutes, commandments, hey, I feel bad for you. Because it's like, oh, you ain't gonna do as I told you. You don't want to follow my law, statute, commandments. Okay, I'm gonna take you up out of here. You know, he will find a way to get you. Think not that he won't. Think not that the Most High is just gonna sit idly by. And he may not get you now. He might get you in the next. He'll get you. He might not get you in the next life either. It might be the life after the next life that he gets you. Matter of fact, you might kick the bucket today, come back crippled in a wheelchair.
That's true.
You know, hey, look, he might have you come back, with Down syndrome or something. Make you suffer with MS. Make you suffer with leukemia. There's plenty of ways the Most High can get you. Hey, look, he can send an ant to get you, to unalive you. We're not following these law, statute, commandments. You might think it's just a little bitty ant. You might think it's a bee. You might think it's just a little old bee. Oh, that's just a little bee. But guess what? Come along with that bee, that ant bite, that bee sting. You might be allergic to it. And you might be allergic to it and don't even know you're allergic to it. So, you want to underestimate the Most High. Think he can't get you when he can? At any time. Anyhow, anyway.
Lucky.
Go ahead.
That's real heavy, Adawan. Every living creature work for the Most High.
Right. See, you know, we got to stop thinking that it's just, a person coming along with a gun or a car accident, or a fire. It's more than just that. How the Most High can get you. It ain't got to necessarily be a plane crash. It ain't got to be get hit by a train or whatever.
Yeah.
So he can, he can send an animal. Like, for real.
That's right.
Any questions? Any comments? No questions, no comments. Anything on YouTube, anything online? All right. Then with that, I pass the class over to Police Officer Napash Kaya.
Heavy class, I don't want.
The water.
The Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk start on 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come to the school, they are limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ishura, that means 10 in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free all for priest not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. The next whole convocation is going to be the 50th day Lord's Passover. It's going to be held at Durham, North Carolina. It's going to be April 20th, Saturday, sundown. Around Alkema, walk in and check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf. With that, get one curse root to teach many Israel, mind you. Many Israel, mind Sabbat, mind you. Rock. Yahweh by Shem Yahshua, brother.
Yahweh by Shem Yahshua, brother.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua, brother.
Well, I just said in Hebrew,